Hello everyone, it's been a little while. A lot of stuff has happened since the last time I put up a video. Obviously my new background is different. I bought a new house, I got married. A lot of stuff has gone on since I posted a video. But now I'm finally settled in, I got my little filming area set, and I'm ready to post some videos for y'all. So let's just jump right in. The first thing I have is this Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Talc-Free Mineral Correcting Powder in translucent. I didn't buy this because of the color correcting. I really just wanted something that didn't have talc in it to set my makeup. So, I'll show you what it looks like. Basically, it's a blend of like yellow, pink, and green, which are the main color correcting colors. And then in between all of those three colors, there's just like a neutral kind of translucent color. So when you mix it all together, like on your brush, you can see like, oh, it's a little more pink or it's a little more green, but I don't think that part of it is that amazing. But it fits the bill for what I wanted it for, which is just translucent powder to set my makeup that's not going to be cakey and that doesn't have talc. So I think this was like $11, something like that at CVS. And also, for those of y'all who like it, it does come with a little bitty, whatchamacallit, in case you want to throw it in your purse. As you can see, I have used it a couple times. But yeah, this is what I've been liking to set my makeup. It's from the drugstore, talc-free. I like it. Next, we have this Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso, which everybody knows, everybody and their mother has talked about. And Milani was on sale and it had some extra bucks at CVS, so I decided to give it a try and see, you know, what the fuss was all about. But that's what it looks like. It reminds me a lot of NARS Orgasm. It also reminds me of the Hot Mama blush by The Balm. I'm wearing it today. It's nice. I think the other two are just as nice, but this is cheaper, so if you're looking for the same kind of thing, but cheaper, I'd go for this. It does last as long, goes on just as well. Got it on, let's see. Yeah, I like it. Doesn't have chunks of glitter. Well, actually, now that I look at it, it looks like it has chunks of glitter, but I don't know. They don't really show up, so I like it. This is a little bit of a dud. Actually, it's a big dud. Okay, so this is the Maybelline Define a Line pencil, which is supposed to be for your brows. And mine's in brownish black, which I don't think it is at all. Let me show you. I think this is more true brown than brown black, if you ask me. It's very warm toned, which I don't really like because my brows are naturally darker, not really warm toned. I have warm tones in my hair, but not in my brows. So also another thing I don't like about this besides the color is it is so soft. Like, you're probably not gonna be able to tell, but if you go like too hard, well, it looks the same. But like literally I have tried the lightest amount of pressure and then more pressure, and it just like, it literally gives me Groucho Marx eyebrows or like Charlie Chaplin. And after I put it on, I have to go back with a Q-tip and take it and like take some off because just too much product comes on. It literally takes me probably like 3 times as long as it would with any other brow product. So I'm not going to throw this away because it still works. I have it on my brows today. I think I got it to where I don't look crazy. But it takes a lot of extra work that, you know, on a day-to-day basis I don't really feel like doing. So definitely would not buy this again and wouldn't repurchase it. I think it's probably around like $7. I've been trying to find waterproof liquid liner. I love the Kat Von D liquid liner. But I think that's like $20 a pop. So I was trying to find something a little more affordable. So both of these are about like half the price. We'll talk about this one first. This is from Rimmel. This is the Scandalize. This is the first one that I got. So we have those are the two brow swatches that I did, but this is it right here in the middle. It dries down to a nice matte black. It's actually what I have on my eyes today. But it is not waterproof. I think if you're gonna call something waterproof, like this isn't even like allergy day proof. Like I wasn't caught in the rain. Nothing, like didn't go swimming, nothing like that. I didn't even cry, but just like allergies and like outside it's like 100 degrees here. So sweat, this breaks down and it goes all under here. So Scandalize, you look pretty if you're gonna be inside. I don't know, I tend to have allergy eyes, so I put a wing on today, but I really am just wearing this for the video. If I was gonna go somewhere, I would not trust this for a wing. I would only do like to the edge of my brow, because I do have allergy, watery prone eyes, and you know, my eyes water and it hits that wing and it's gone. So yeah, Scandalize, not waterproof. Next up, I have the Maybelline Master Precise by Eye Studio. Oh, actually, you know what? One more thing I want to say about this. The tip is not easy to work with. It is very tiny. You really have to like get up in there. It doesn't bend that well, and it doesn't even seem like it picks up that much product. But I guess you don't want too much product, but a little bit more would be nice. But yeah, so, I mean, it does dry down to a nice matte black, which I like. I just wish it would stay on my eyes. So, like I said before, next up we have the Maybelline Master Precise by Eye Studio. This one, I believe, claimed to be water resistant. I don't know if it said straight up waterproof, but it's not either. This one, I do like the tip of this one better. The tip of this one is like much longer and it's got a pretty good amount of give, which I really like. It's easier to work with and it does give you a little more product, so you don't have to layer as much. It's like a real nice black. But once again, with watery eyes, allergies, 100 degrees outside, so yes, I am sweating. I work at a photography studio and I take pictures outside during the day. So like literally there are heat advisories because it's so freaking hot outside. So my makeup needs to stand the test. And like if it says waterproof, it needs to really be waterproof. And this is not the case. So the eyes are kind of a fail. The liner. But I do have good mascaras. Let's do that next. These two mascaras I've really been liking. The first one I discovered, we'll talk about first. This is the Rimmel 24-Hour Super Speed Volume Flash. It says 1 stroke, 0 clump volume mascara. This is definitely good volume mascara. Oh, and I have the shade Extreme Black. So the tip of this wand really reminds me of Dior Show regular mascara. And this is a really nice black volumizing mascara. It is literally like $4.99. This is the cheapest drugstore mascara you can find out there. It does not flake. It does not budge. It does not transfer. It doesn't claim, I don't think it claims to be waterproof. It doesn't say anything on here about being waterproof. But it definitely is waterproof. This stuff will last all day in the heat, in my watery eyes, and it doesn't go anywhere. So the only thing I would say is that if you really want a lengthening mascara, this is not it. This is volumizing, but it's not really lengthening. And also, it does dry out rather fast, but it's $4.99, so you can pick up another one pretty easily. But what I've been trying to do to extend the length of this, because I do really like it, is I found this clump crusher, which Emily Noel raves about. So this brush is kind of like scoopy, the way it works. That's not a word, but it's like you can scoop under your lashes. This is a rubber bristle brush, which it's got like teeny tiny little rubber bristles. They're all the same length except the whole wand like dips on the bottom, so they all go down. But I don't think they're longer. I could be wrong. I lied. They are tapered towards the edge, but they're longer in the middle. But anyway, I don't think it makes that big of a difference. So this really gives like a comb effect to your lashes. So like I said, that Rimmel one, it does dry out kind of fast and it starts to get a little clumpy. But with a volumizing mascara, you kind of like it to be a little bit clumpy. So when it gets too clumpy, you can take the clump crusher, see what I did there? And you can comb through the clumps. And it gives you a little bit of length and it gets rid of the clumps, and you got the volume from this one. That's actually what I have on my lashes today. This is getting a little old, and then I put this on top to kind of like smooth it out. And I really think it's got like a nice look. Oh, and then my lower lashes is just the CoverGirl Clump Crusher. Now, this I would not recommend on its own. It's just kind of like, meh. If you were trying to do like a really natural makeup day and you have like light lashes and you just want some color, then yeah, go with this. But if you want like I mean, maybe it lengthens, but like if you want any sort of volume, you're not getting it here. But it is waterproof and it lasts on my eyes. Let's see, this is called just plain old black. So yeah, these two have been my favorites lately. They're both around this. I think they're both around $5. This one might be like $1 more. But I'm telling you, like, I was so shocked when I found this Rimmel mascara. Totally a diamond and rough at the dollar store. I've never heard anybody talk about it. Not at the dollar store, at the drugstore. Okay. Next up, I have another brow product that actually was a hit. This is the e.l.f. eyebrow kit. Now, I did say hit. I don't know. It's not a miss. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's just kind of okay. It works. So it's got this traditional e.l.f. packaging, and then you open it up, and it's got a wax and not blinding you. It's got a wax and a powder. This is not my favorite way to do my brows, but it is really good to like put in your purse on the go. I just kind of tried it out because I wanted to, so now it just lives in my purse for like emergency situations. I do like the color of this wax. I think it's a nice color. And put it next to the Maybelline. So you can kind of see it's got a more ashy tone to it. That's the Maybelline on top, and then the thicker line is the e.l.f. So it's got a little more ashy look, more neutral undertones, not nearly as warm, so I like that a lot better. Now the powder on this is very warm, so I don't really use the powder. Let me see if I can swatch that. You can't really see it, but the powder is very warm, so I don't really use the powder, but I use the wax and it works for me. And I do like to use, like, if I have a longer brush, like this, I like to use it just because I feel like I can get better leverage. But if I just need to do it and I'm in the car, this works just fine. This little applicator that it comes with. It just doesn't have as much leverage because it's like teeny tiny. And I just feel like I have to get really up into my face and I end up like touching my face and stuff. I don't like that. So I like to use my normal brush, but if I'm using this on the go, that works totally fine. And this is only, well, I think it was one of their $3 products actually, because this is like the nicer packaging. But yeah, so for $3, I mean, I can't complain. I'm back. I changed my lighting up a little bit and I put my light on because it's looking like it's gonna storm outside. So hopefully there won't be any thunder. Anyway, so another thing I picked up at the drugstore, which is Rimmel Scandalize. It's the same line, but this is an eyeshadow stick. This is called Bulletproof Beige. I don't think that this claims to be like wear without a primer or whatever, but you totally can get away with it. I pretty much wear every eyeshadow with a primer, but this one you can get away with if you're gonna be inside. If you're gonna be outside and it's gonna be sweaty and stuff, I don't think I'd do it. But inside you can totally get away with it. Let's see, can you see? It's a really pretty color. It reminds me of Half Baked by Urban Decay. Or there's another shadow that's like a CoverGirl shadow that it reminds me of. But it's just like a really pretty gold, but it's subdued. It's not like in your face. But yeah, so I really like this. It's like really good for a quick, easy eye look, and it lasts all day. If you're gonna be in AC, you're fine. But if you're gonna go outside and sweat in 100-degree heat, put a primer underneath, and then you'll be fine. This is pretty cheap too. A couple bucks, I think. Okay, next up. This is not really from the drugstore, but it's from Ulta, which is kind of the drugstore. And I think they sell this at the drugstore. So I picked up the Real Techniques by Sam and Nick Base 2 Miracle Complexion Sponges. So they're basically supposed to be like dupes for the Beauty Blender, so I've heard. So I decided to check them out because I kind of do need a new Beauty Blender, and I'd rather not shell out 20 bucks for a sponge. So this was $10.99 and it came with 2. So I decided to give it a shot. So this is the one in there. I actually used the other one today. Let me pull this out so you can see the size difference when it's actually like dampened. I like to use it dampened. I feel like there's just like no point in not using it dampened. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I think use a brush, you know. If you want that like full coverage look, use a brush. But if you want something that's like kind of dewy and natural, then you use a beauty blender or another type of sponge. So this is the shape. Theirs is a little bit different. The beauty blender, let's see, I think I have one down here. Okay, please don't judge. My beauty blender is dirty. But this is the beauty blender, not moistened or whatever. So the top of this is pretty much just like the beauty blender. The only difference is, it's a little bit wider, but the only difference is the bottom has this like wedged thing, which I actually really liked, like to pat into your skin. The beauty blender works just fine, but this is just a little more comfortable. Like you feel like you get like a full coverage. So I really like that about this. Now, the beauty blender just like, it has this consistency that's like this je ne sais quoi, like you cannot put your finger on it. So I do like that a little bit better. But that being said, is it $20 worth better? Or $10 worth, I guess, if you split the difference? I don't think. But I've only used this once. So this is what it looks like when it's dampened. You can see it like really doubles in size. Pretty much about the same way the beauty blender does. Mine's a little bit dirty, but I used it today and I really liked it. This was really, really nice. I love the, like, I think this is just taking the beauty blender and making it better by doing that. And then, of course, this is the same. You can get up under your eye and stuff like that. But yeah, so for $10.99, 2 sponges, I can save this one for when this one dies. Totally worth it in my opinion. So that is a plus. And these are a hit. Okay, next up is a foundation that I've been loving. It's actually, I have both types. I have it's the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and I have it in matte and poreless and dewy and smooth, and I am shade 120 in both, which is getting a little bit light for me, but I'm totally gonna finish these out. It's not like that light. So these are what they come in. If I were to take them out and put them on my hand, you can tell, like right from application, that they are 2 totally different formulas. The matte and poreless, like if you put that on your hand before you get a brush, it's not going anywhere. Like it's gonna stay in its little, like, you know, you turn your hand like that, it's gonna stay in its little clump. Now the dewy and smooth, you put it on your hand and you go like this and it's gonna start to run because it's, you know, it's dewy and smooth, it's lightweight or whatever. Both of these have very good coverage, very good lasting power. I think I like the dewy and smooth a little bit better. My skin type is probably like normal to dry sometimes, but then I do get oily in my T-zone. But they both have really good stain power, and I just feel like the dewy and smooth looks a little more skin-like and natural, which I like. But if you're really going for the matte look and that's your thing, totally try out the matte and poreless because I think you'll really like it. It does seem a little bit thicker, which if you have oily skin, a lot of people like that because then their oil doesn't break through. So that's probably what they're going for. And I think this looks totally good too. If you have dry skin, I don't think I'd use this, but if you're like me and normal to combo or whatever, this works. Like, especially if you're gonna be outside, this is really good because it's not gonna keep you matte, obviously, if you're out in 100-degree heat, but it'll keep your oil in check, make you still look like you have foundation on your face. So yeah, I'm in the shade 120 in both of these. It's called Classic Ivory. I like the dewy and smooth a little bit better, but if you have oilier skin, you might like the matte and poreless a little bit better. Both of them are really great. Good job, Maybelline. So, another thing that Maybelline does well, and I've obviously used this a lot, this is not new, this is the Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser, and I have mine in Brightener. And I like to use this a lot. I used it today. I like to use it to brighten, highlight, under my eyes, my nose, a little bit on my forehead, Cupid's bow, and chin. I love this. I don't even put a concealer on under my eyes. I just use this as the concealer / brightener, and I really like it. It's a really nice consistency. It's cooling. Some people aren't really into this sponge thing, but I mean, it doesn't really bother me. If it really bothered you, you could totally like just put this onto your beauty blender after you've cleaned, you know, obviously clean beauty blender, and then you don't ever have it touch your skin, but it doesn't bother me that much. Doesn't cause me to break out. But yeah, so I really like this. This is the Illuminator shade, like I said. It's really easy to use. It's a classic for me. And it's around 10 bucks, I think. Okay. Another concealer that I really like. This is the L'Oreal True Match concealer, and I have the shade N123 Fair/Light. This I like to use. I don't really use it under my eyes, but I'll use it around my nose, any blemishes that I have, and it's like closer to my skin tone than the Illuminator, so that's why I don't use it under my eyes. But and obviously I don't use this as a concealer because it's too bright, but this is like the perfect shade for me just to conceal, so I really like it. I think it's around 10 bucks. I mean, for drugstore, like, you can't beat that. Now we have one more foundation. This is the Almay Smart Shade Skin Tone Matching Makeup, and I have mine in light medium, shade 200. I decided to try this because of Tati. She posted about how she loves this so much. This is like her go-to, you know, no makeup look, which I know a lot of people think sounds stupid, but I get it. You know, some days you want to look put together, but you don't want to look like you spent 20 years doing your makeup because you're going somewhere casual, you know? So, or you just want to go to the store and you don't like the way your face is looking, but to wear yoga pants, you don't really want to have like winged eyeliner and everything. So, this is what I reach for, or what I will be reaching for since I just bought it today. So I use it today for the first time. I have it on my face today. I was really like debating on what shade to get in the drugstore because like you can't see any of this. It says it's a skin tone matching, so I ended up Googling it and I found some reviews on Ulta where people said it was a little too dark for them. So then I was like, okay, they only have 3 shades. It's light, light medium, and then medium. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll go with light medium. So that's what I went with, and I'm glad I did and didn't reach for the medium because it would have been too dark. The light medium is actually a little too dark for me, I thought. I did go ahead and like brighten and highlight with this concealer, so I think that helped a little bit. And I have been in the sun more, so it's probably okay, but we'll see. If it oxidizes darker, then I don't think it's gonna work, and I think I needed the light. But this is surprisingly pretty good coverage. Like, okay, so these two are really good coverage, I would say, like pretty much full coverage. I barely have to pull out the concealer with those. This I did have to conceal with, but once I put the concealer on, it was perfect. And the places in my face that don't need concealer look flawless. Okay, that was weird. My camera just randomly stopped recording, but now it's recording. So anyway, we'll finish this up. So anyway, like I was saying, I was very happily surprised with this. I found it at Target. It was only $9.99. And I think this is definitely gonna be my go-to weekend foundation when I don't, you know, I'm not going out anywhere. I just, you know, want to put a little something on when I go out to the store, you know, stuff like that. That was kind of a long video. If you made it to the end, thank you so much. I know it's been a while and I'm so excited to get back into doing videos for y'all. You know, things got a little hectic with the wedding, but now everything's settling down. Everybody's moved in and everything. So I'm ready to start making videos again. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. I would love to have your suggestions. Also, if y'all have found a really good drugstore liquid liner that is waterproof, please let me know because I'm continuing my hunt. I have yet to find it. If I find it, I will let you know. But yeah, so I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye.